Good morning, everyone. This is CedLove with Devil's Advocate Podcast. Hope you're having a good day, and if not, hope tomorrow goes better. Today, it is Super Bowl Sunday. We got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the San Francisco 49ers versus Tayler Swif. People, that's a joke because, as you know, in the most recent weeks, especially of the NFL, Tayler Swif has been dating the tight end of Kansas City Chiefs, which honestly we all don't care, especially if you're an NFL fan. But people, to a degree with me, have been very annoyed that every time the Kansas City Chiefs do anything, the camera always cuts to Tayler Swif. Kansas City scored a touchdown, camera's on Tayler Swif. Kansas City get an interception, camera's on Tayler Swif. Shoot, it could just be a stop on fourth down, camera's on Tayler Swif. Me, I'm just kind of joshing. At the end of the day, I really don't care because, again, after the Super Bowl, we won't hear about this again for like months on months. I just think it's very funny how people didn't care, but then people was very, and I mean very highly upset we kept showing Tayler. And now at this point, for like the last 2 weeks, people have been hoping the Kansas City Chiefs lose, so we don't see Tayler no more. And now people are kind of hoping they lose in the Super Bowl just so they can see Tayler sad at the Super Bowl. And it's wild, man. People just don't like to see people happy. Again, I think a lot of people really aren't upset with Tayler herself. They're just upset with the NFL because, again, the NFL keeps putting the camera on her. But at the same time, the NFL knows they have definitely brought in some more revenue because Tayler has been showing up. So, hey, it's like a win-win, lose-lose type of situation. So it's like you don't hate Tayler, but you hate Tayler. You don't hate the NFL, but you hate the NFL, what they're doing. I think it's wild because we definitely had that thing like 3 weeks ago where they had like that AI image of Tayler on Twitter. Like there was a lot of them. But I only saw the one where it's basically Tayler bent forward, basically got red paint on her. So basically she's naked with Kansas City fans behind her doing, the dirty. So I was like, whoever created that, you going a little wild. Because I would say when it comes to stuff like that, like, let's just be honest, all celebrities probably got like rated R stuff with them on the internet. But for some reason, that one was just a little different because it was specifically targeting Tayler in the Kansas City Chiefs in the NFL situation. So it's like, you just got Tayler doing some raunchy stuff, on the internet. It's messed up. But if you're a celebrity, it happens. But that one, that was a specific target one. So yes, today is the Super Bowl. Am I really interested? Not particularly. Like, I'm hoping the 49ers win, not because of the Taylor Swift thing, just, in general. I'm going for the 49ers. Usher's going to have his halftime show. And I would say in the last couple years, Usher's been a very weird enigma. He had the herpes, or has the herpes. I don't know if he actually got rid of that, but that was like a big thing. He had that thing with Keke Palmer, basically broke up a marriage, which, to be fair, once we got more history on it, they kind of need to break up in the first place. In my personal opinion, I think Usher's been doing a lot more lately, which I think that's pretty normal for artists. I think you kind of like have your, music and albums out, and you kind of do a lull, and then you kind of have your music in, do a lull, do some guest appearance, do some music videos. So I don't know why, I just feel like Usher is on his come up again. Because, he had his residency in Vegas, which of my friends and 2 Degree family were upset that my bachelor party wasn't around the time he had his residency in Vegas. That ain't my fault. Again, he was, he still had his residency there. It's just like every time the people showed up in Vegas, Usher went there. So, anyway, so I'm looking forward to Usher's halftime show. Last year, I was kind of hyped for Rihanna, mostly because that's my boo. But in my mind, I don't think Rihanna is the best performer. The girl can sing. She got entertaining songs, like they're catchy. But an actual performer itself, I wasn't really thrilled to see Rihanna at the halftime show. Also, she really didn't do much performing or, albums or songs before the halftime show. So I was just like, I don't know what she's going to do. So that was last year. She announced she was pregnant. Cool. The performance itself, give it a 3, maybe a 4 out of 10. But this year we got Usher. We got Yeah, Let It Burn, Confessions, some of his new songs. Like, I like them. I just don't know the names. Cause Yeah, Burn. You know those. You know the titles of those. But his new stuff, good. I just don't know the titles. So, if you're looking at the Super Bowl, hope you enjoy yourself. Hope you enjoy your friends or family, or if you go to a bar, hope you enjoy the experience of the Super Bowl. With that, last week was the Grammys. Of all the award shows I look at, honestly, I think I look at the Grammys and maybe the Hot Billboard show, but I only look at them because, it's music. And I feel like when it comes to award shows, the music ones are the better ones. Because when it comes to the Oscars, yes, you can have some musical acts, but it ain't the point of the Oscars. The point of the Oscars is, movies. So if anything, you got people up there cracking jokes of the movies that came out that year, maybe crack a few political jokes, maybe even crack some, some music jokes. But like the point is, it's mostly movies. For the Grammys and Billboards, like, all right, we're talking about music. So we're going to have music performers. And because, you got your old timers, your high ones, like current, like Beyonce's, and you got your new ones, you give variety of music. And that's nothing. You give variety. No matter what you like, hip hop, rap, gospel, country, electro, disco, all of it. If it's hot for that year, they're going to have performance. So I would say I definitely like watching the Grammys and the Billboards because, one, I think the acts are better. Two, I think the show makes sense. Like, it's a music show. We're going to have musical performances. Three, you learn things. I think last year from the Grammys, I did like 4 songs. This year from the Grammys, I only downloaded 1. But there was some people I was like, oh, okay, let me take a notice of an individual. So I watched the Grammys and the Hot Billboard just because of my wife. When I say just because, like, I care about the winners. But, I can easily just wait till the next day and look it up on Google. But she actually gets very hyped when she looks at these shows, especially if it's like, her people, Victoria Monet, SZA, Doja, Billie Eilish, Megan, Cardi. Dang, does she even like men? But I'm just saying, like, there's moments she cares, but there's moments she cares. Now, I like to see her expression. I definitely like it when she goes to Twitter, and Twitter just be going crazy on the stuff that be happening. And with that, we're going to talk about a few things that happened at the Grammys. So I wanted to say it for last, but screw it, let's just go and get it out the way. Jay-Z acceptance speech when he accepted the Dr. Dre award thing. At the moment, I thought it was kind of weird and kind of stale because, he was just up there just talking about stuff. Then he just started dropping bombs, and, if you know, you know. Basically telling the award show, hey, how does my wife have so many Grammys but still don't have an album of the year? Cool. But at the very end of the speech, that man literally said, no matter what's going on in your life, you got to keep coming. That man said you got to keep coming to keep getting the recognition, because if you don't keep coming, then what's the point? So in my opinion, I feel like he took a crack at the award show, basically saying, hey, y'all effing up. My wife got the most Grammys, but she ain't got the album of the year. But at the same time, I think he was telling Beyonce, hey, even though you ain't got the album of the year, you got to keep coming. Like, don't let these people dignify you in the award show. Even if you ain't got an album of the year, because again, Beyonce's only like 40-ish. She got plenty of time. So even if you got an album of the year, you got to keep making your music. You got to keep coming to the award shows. Even though Beyonce and Jay-Z are notorious not to come to the award shows if they're not nominated, you got to keep coming. So again, crack on the award show. But I feel like he was still talking to his wife, said, hey, we ain't going to let these people do us. We going to keep showing up even though we ain't winning. Unless we're not nominated, then we're probably not coming. Me personally, Victoria Monet. I know right now that name is probably not the biggest name in the world, but ain't lie. I myself discovered her this year because she had that On My Mama song. And, I was looking at the video. I was like, oh, okay, I'm like, oh, she reminded me of somebody. He said, oh yeah, she's trying to do a homage or into Sierra. I'm like, you know what? I'm getting a Sierra vibe just in this video. Not total, just from that video. The video was hot. Victoria Monet, she won, Best New Artist of the Award, which is cool. And I was looking at her and her caramel skin and her back muscles, and I'm like, babe, damn, that woman hot. I like, bro, she's so hot, it didn't make no sense. We looked up some information on her. The woman is 34. I was like, what? What? She only 2 years old? What? Like, I'm happily married. But dang, Victoria Monet, you know what I'm saying? And she got a kid. What? Is she a MILF? Alright, I love Rihanna. She used to be my boo. She got 2 kids. She is a little bit older than me, and she a MILF. But she was A$AP Rocky, and I ain't gonna lie. Ew. It's just something about that, just ew. Hey, good for Rihanna. Hope she happy. Hope A$AP Rocky happy. Hope the kids happy. Or at least one of the kids. I don't know if both the kids are his or not. Hope they happy. But ew. But now, Victoria Monet. Now me, I sometimes have been good at predicting, not all celebrities, because obviously I can't follow everybody, but I normally have a good way of predicting if celebrities gonna stay or not. When Cardi showed up, I never out loud said at all if she was gonna last long or if she's gonna have a short stint. I didn't like it that she just kind of popped up out of nowhere. For me, I know she was on the Hip Hop Wives show, cool, but for me, I feel like she just kind of popped up out of nowhere and she was just having hit after hit after hit. So I was like, a little jealous, like, hey, who the heck is this lady? She didn't have to earn her stripes. She just made a pop song and I wasn't happy. But at the same time, I never once said she's only going to be here for a couple years. Never said it. Never said it. For Rihanna, when she first popped up, for some reason, I was on this whole kick of like, everybody loves Beyonce. I don't want to love Beyonce, so I want to like someone else. So Rihanna popped up. She did Pond to Replay before any other song came out. For any other song. I looked at Rihanna and said, she going to be here a while. I said it, and I was right. She ain't making no music no more, but, she's still in the, I won't even say entertainment. She's in the celebrity news where, if Rihanna do something, it's probably going to be a little bit newsworthy. So, I was right about the longevity of Rihanna. Megan Thee Stallion. Just going to focus on her right now just because I really don't know. Because when she first came out, I was just like, cool, she making raps. Asked my wife, how does she do other stuff? My wife said, when she rap, cool. When she try to sing, she's not a big fan, which is fine. Obviously, the drama between her and Nicki, I know 25%. Honestly, I know the big stuff. Somebody called out somebody first. Somebody got talked about their mama. Somebody made a diss track and wasn't that good. I got that general stuff, like the deep dive that you could probably just Google on YouTube and probably get like a lot of black people talking about. I don't know enough about it to talk about it. I just know that was a thing, like a good moment. The point is, when Megan first came out, I didn't really know what to anticipate. But I ain't gonna lie, for some reason, it kicked in my mind probably like a week ago. I think Megan probably got good like 3 years left. Not saying she's gonna be a bum person, but she's gonna be like Justin Timberlake. And the reason I say Justin Timberlake, he himself recently is releasing an album. And I heard somebody say Justin Timberlake is at this point now. If his current album flops, he's gonna be known as a legacy artist. Meaning, he was definitely top of the prime, making hit after hit, number one after number one. Like basically, it was somebody featuring Justin Timberlake, the song was gonna be a smash a long time ago. But now he's at this point where if he makes an album, if it's not good, then every time somebody think about you, they're gonna be like, all right, Justin, you cool. But back in the day, you were awesome. Even after NSYNC, you were good. You were Timberlake. You brought sexy back. So that's currently what's going on with Justin Timberlake. So Megan, I didn't say that first, but just the most recent thing, and I think it's really because of the whole Nicki thing, I give her 3 more years to be top dog Megan Thee Stallion. That's just my opinion. There's no proof. There's nothing in the universe telling me that. It's just something in my gut feelings. I give her 3 more years, and at 3 more years, she's either going to fall back either from rapping or she's going to become not an A-lister, but maybe like lower B. Something's going to happen. Like she might even be on that Remy Ma level. And there's no disrespect for Remy, but Remy ain't up there with the Nickis and currently the Megans and the Dojas and, all those other, like, if you fall back to Remy, that's not an insult, but you just ain't in that limelight. Like right now, if I walk into my mama house or my family house, just go with family. If I say who is Nicki Minaj, they're all going to know who it is. If I say who Megan is, everybody but maybe my grandma and like one auntie, maybe 2 aunties might not know this, but everybody's going to know who Megan is. If I say who Remy Ma is, only maybe my age is going to know. Other people, if they show a picture, they may know who she is, but I guarantee if I say Remy, nobody's going to know. So I feel like in 3 years, Megan's going to fall just smidge. Just my opinion, just my opinion. The whole point of this long soliloquy, Victoria Monet. I want to say she's going to be around for the next 5-10 years. But there's certain factors that ain't clicking right now. Again, she's 34. Again, I know age ain't but a number, but you're 34. That's one. 2, you're 34 and a black woman. That's another thing. You're 34, a black woman. And as of right now, I personally don't know about your, love life and stuff. I know you got a child, got that from my wife, but it just, if she was like 24, black woman, all day, she gonna be here for like 10 years. Oh, straight dick. Like, she got the music, she got talent, and she young. Bro, I'm not talking about herself. I'm talking about Hollywood business. And Hollywood business will snatch up a young 24-year-old, maybe a boyfriend, maybe a child. They will snatch it up because they can work with that. She's young and she's pushed through Hollywood. She's 34. And I think Hollywood gonna be like, all right, you are a new artist, but how much time we got left? So she's gonna be a thing for definitely 2 more years. I'm gonna put it 2. So after 2 years, I'm gonna hit y'all back up and see how I feel about Victoria Monet. But she's gonna be a thing for 2 more years for sure. After 2 years, I'm going to let y'all know. Fantasia. This is one thing about Fantasia I'm very shocked about. I know Fantasia was the winner of American Idol for whatever season she did. And I know she had like a few songs, like a Lifetime movie. And I know she had like struggles either with her drugs. Maybe not drugs. Don't quote me on that. But I think it had something to do with her family. I think her family was trying to take advantage of her fame. Don't quote me on that. I'm not the big Fantasia fan. I just hear stuff through history. I just know it wasn't a smooth ride for Fantasia. So in my opinion, I thought Fantasia kind of took a step back, from the Hollywood and, celebrity and, acting and all that. That's me. Turns out Fantasia's been doing Broadway. Wow. I did not know that. So she was in a Color Purple movie that just came out. Haven't seen it yet. Heard it's pretty good. I heard, she was in Broadway. Okay, if you in Broadway. My opinion on Broadway, if you in Broadway, 1, you can act. 2, you can sing. And 3, and this is the most important part, you can act. I don't give a dang who you are. If you can act on a stage, specifically Broadway, but if you can act it, you are an actor. If you act on like TikTok, TV, movies, yeah, you can kind of act. But at that point, you're kind of relying on the editors to make you look good. Because, you can be like, say a scene, and I don't want to do it, do it again. Do a scene, and I don't want to do it. You can do a scene 5 times, and they'll just pick between those 5 the best one. All right, let's put this in a movie. In Broadway, stage acting, you get 1 chance. Now, again, you might have an awful night one night. But again, you got to keep going over and over, and people really determine if you're a good actor. So for Fantasia, so much props for her once I found out she did Broadway. Haven't seen her play yet. But if you've been doing Broadway for a while, I assume you're good. So Fantasia, Broadway, Fantasia, Color Purple. Next thing you know, for the Grammys, she come out and do an homage to Tina Turner. Now again, because I got YouTube TV, you have the ability to rewind, fast forward, pause. Well, you can't fast forward. Well, you can rewind then fast forward. Pause. We unfortunately was probably like a couple minutes behind on like the live Grammys, which is fine. If we want to fast forward, we can, but we watch the Grammys. So my wife is on Twitter. She basically said somebody said one of the best performances of the night was Fantasia. So at that point, I was like, all right, let's see Fantasia. What she gonna do? So in my opinion, the choreography for the background, swell. It was brilliant. The actual music was playing, swell, beautiful, loved it. Just the whole atmosphere make you want to get up and dance, swell, beautiful. Loved it. The 2 things I wasn't the biggest fan of, and there's one I was not a big fan of. The other one is like, it's alright. Fantasia herself and her hair. Fantasia, again, she can sing. We all know she can sing. But it's just like, you can sing, but you're trying to be Tina. I need a little bit more gyration, man. I need a little bit more rock and roll. And it's just like, I'm not saying she was horrible. I just felt she could have did more. You're Tina Turner. Like, if that was Adele being Tina Turner, I'd be like, 1, racist. 2, Adele, you're not a gyrator like Tina Turner. Like, why are you doing this? So, I'm just saying, like, I feel like they tried to pick a person, or should have picked a person, who's like, hey, if you're going to be Tina, you got to be Tina. You got to shake what your mama gave you. You got to boo-boo. And I know Fantasia did some things, but, I just didn't really get Tina Turner the whole thing. So, just like, I feel like herself could have did more. Because I think we all know certain singers, when you're singing, you got your background dancers, and sometimes your background dancers do way better than the actual singer, which is fine. I pay you to background dance, you dance in the background. So I get that. But for Tina Turner, I felt Fantasia could have did a little more. Again, I like the singing part, just the actual performing, the gyrating, the shaking what your mama gave you. She could have did more. Her hair. This is the part I was pissed off. Have you ever seen Tina Turner? Tina Turner been doing hair flip, flip, flop, flip, flop. Like, she flip her hair so hard, if she's wearing a wig coming off. If she flip her hair so hard, her titties just boop, pop out. Like, I need flip flop, flip flop. So when Fantasia had like her normal small haircut, I'm like, what you doing, girl? What hair? I need hair. I need flip flop. I need you to hit your head like a rock and roll. Like, bop, bop, bop. I know y'all can't see me, but just imagine, the whole head, bop, 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 with your hair just all over it. So that part, I was looking at her. And I know they was singing the Tina Turner song, but at the same time, it didn't really click until I realized, where your hair at? This ain't Tina Turner. This just some average Joe Schmo just pretending. I need hair flip, 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 flip. So again, performance itself, I honestly give it like a 7, 7.5. Again, Fantasia could do a little bit more, and the hair flip, flop. Miley Cyrus. I ain't gonna lie, she did good. I'm very shocked she won Song of the Year with Flowers. When Flowers first came out, again, y'all don't understand how I like top 40 and I try my best to like, follow the top charts and all that stuff. So when Flowers came out, I was all right, cool, good for, Miley. She making another song. She's on the come up. I did not know Flowers blew up the way it blew up. When it came out, I had to tell myself, do I like this song? Like, it ain't bad. It's catchy, but do I like it enough to download it? And I think we all agree. If you download a song on Spotify, Apple, Prime, whatever you got, that's just proof you like it. It's not like, oh, I kind of like it. Let me download it. Let me keep it. Just, if it makes it to your playlist, you officially like it. So when Flowers first came out, I was just like, do I like this song? And I heard it a few times on the radio. I'm like, you know what? Let me go and download it. So I downloaded it. So it's been on my phone ever since the song came out. So when it won Song of the Year, I was like, I've been listening to this song throughout the year. But I don't know, man. It's just, like, it's good. It's just, is it that good? I mean, I'm not hating on Miley. I was just shocked. Because I don't think that's ever happened to me. I don't think I've ever had a song that I downloaded and eventually won Song of the Year. It's just, songs of the year are normally songs I either never heard of, or it got so big that I got annoyed with it. I'm like, you know what? It's a good song, but y'all play it too much, so I'm not going to download it. So it just threw me off that Flowers just won Song of the Year. Album of the Year. We're going back to Jay-Z real quick. So Jay-Z literally told the people, hey, it's not cool that my wife, and I want to point, he never said wife. Jay-Z wanted to be slick with it. He's like, hey, it ain't cool that somebody I know got 36, but she ain't got album of the year. I ain't saying no names. I'm just saying it ain't cool that this specific individual that ain't saying no names of it, she at the award show right now, ain't got album of the year, so I'm just saying. So when he said that, I was like, it'd be very funny if Beyonce won album of the year. Unfortunately, she was not nominated. Oh well, big time. It'd been very funny if he said that and then she won later that night. So, album of the year, and I want to point out that was like, I want to say, they don't know who's going to win, but there's like a few hints dropped. They basically said if Tayler Swif wins, she'll be the only artist with 4 album of the year awards for the Grammys. And I was like, really? I don't know why that's shocking to me that ain't nobody won 4 before, but I want to point out, it is kind of hard to win album of the year. Song of the year, again, you got an album with 13 songs, there's a stronger possibility to get song of the year. Actually, not, because you have way less albums, you have songs, because again, you got 13 songs per album, but then you got so I guess math-wise, look, the point is, I don't know why I was just a little shocked that ain't nobody won 4, but they just kept dropping hints. When I say they, Trevor Noah kept dropping hints of album of the year, and I was just like, Beyonce kind of want to win just because of the whole Jay-Z situation, but she wasn't nominated. So I was like, the only one that makes sense is Taylor Swift. So when she won album of the year, I was like, good God, man. Good God, man. This woman. I mean, I actually like Taylor Swift. It wasn't Shake It Off. It was like a few songs after Shake It Off. I actually started liking Taylor Swift, so good for her. But I was like, we are witnessing greatness. In sports, now I'm using it perfectly. In sports, Tom Brady got 7 Super Bowls. Unfortunately, the Super Bowls that he beat people with, I guarantee they don't like him because, you beat my team in the Super Bowl, which is whatever. But no matter how you feel about your team losing, you got to just admit, Tom Brady is, if not the greatest athlete, he's definitely one of the greatest players of all time. So again, you don't like him because he keep winning, but you got to respect the man. So for Taylor Swift to keep doing what she's doing, and to literally at this point not give an F how people will be seeing her, oh my God, Taylor doing too much. Why are you ruining football? Why you keep winning the award? Taylor like, bro, I don't care. If you want to do it, come do it. But until then, shut up. Let me take my shot. Let me dance to Miley Cyrus. It's like, it's just weird the hate she gets. Again, I'm shocked nobody else has done the 4 albums thing before, but I'm happy for Taylor. Super happy for Taylor. But I was listening to another podcast, and there was like a thing where people was trying to say, of the icons, would you right this very moment, put Taylor in the icon level? Now again, 5 years, 10 years, 100%, she's going to be an icon. I ain't worried about that. But they had said, right now, today, this very moment, would you put Taylor in the same level as icon as Michael Jackson and Prince? Now, for some reason, I think people sleep on Prince. Like, I know if you're like a big fan of Prince, you know Prince, but I feel like people sleep on Prince a lot compared to Michael. Because, we all know Michael, legend, icon, all day. So when somebody says Michael and Prince, I think your first thing is you hear Michael and you say, Taylor, one day, yes, but this very moment, you can't compare her to Michael. You say Prince, you might, but you say Michael, yeah. But now she got 4 albums of the year. And as she said, 13 Grammys, even though Beyonce has, 30 plus. It's just like, she could be right now today an icon. Again, like, it's early, because I think Taylor late 20s, early 30s, but like, it's early. But the woman could, like, is at this point, if Taylor Swift retired right this very moment right now, would she still be talked about 10, 15, 20 years later? And yes, she would be. And because of that, that makes her an icon. So congratulations, Taylor, for your 4th album of the year at the Grammys. Hope your boyfriend loses in the Super Bowl. That ain't got nothing against you. It's just, I don't really want the Chiefs to win. So, hey, you won your Grammy, but you got to lose Super Bowl. Click, clack, tic, tac. So with that, overall, the Grammys were, in my opinion, okay. At this point, Trevor Noah just needs to be the host going forward because I feel like he cracks jokes. And even though some, I won't say cringe, but some are like, whoa, I can't believe he said that. He still says stuff is like, you know what? Since Trevor cracked that joke, it's fine. It's fine. So I think me and my wife have a tradition. We're going to watch the Grammys every year. Mostly because, again, I like to know the winners, but I like to see the expression on her face when she watches the show and then actually comments on the show and actually goes to Twitter to see the comments. So good on that. So last week, Grammys, pretty decent. Today, Super Bowl. Again, whatever team you're rooting for, hope they win. Mostly the 49ers. But if not, hope you enjoy Super Bowl Sunday. This has been CedLove with his Devil's Advocate podcast. Hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. And I'll see you soon. Said, oh yeah, she's trying to do like a